This final eCatalog Basics tutorial tells you about creating how you can assign your filter and your sort to the catalog root tree, node tree that you created in the catalog engine. Once you open up your IBE file, if you go up to Setup and go down to Site, you're going to see all the root nodes that you created from within eCatalog. When the root node is created, it creates it here, and it's also going to assign it this 0 site setup. So you're going to have to come in here after you create it in eCatalog, highlight this 0 one, and you're going to have to assign a filter and a sort. When you initially come in here, these are going to be blank, unless AZEX has helped you set that up initially. So what you want to do is I want to say, okay, this tutorial, this is my B2C root node that I'm using, or B2C catalog, it's called tutorial. I'm going to click on this filter. I'm going to point to the one, so I'm going to go to my tutorial B2C filter, and then I say apply and exit, and it writes it back to here. Then I come to my sort. I'm going to click here. I'm going to point to the sort I wanted to use, the folder, open it up and highlight the sort, say apply and exit, and it's going to bring it back in here. You don't need to create a hierarchy. This is old legacy hierarchy prior to when we had the catalog engine trees. Once you've done that, make sure that you check this update search. That will not be checked initially when you set up your a brand new root node and you come into eCatalog. That will not be checked. So hit save, define your filter, point to your sort, check this mark, and hit save. The saving location here is where it's going to write. It's just a simple XML file that it writes back. The site doesn't really use it anymore, but make sure you have rights to write to this location. If you don't have rights to write to that location, change it to something that you do have the rights to write to. The hierarchy labeled does not necessarily show up on the website, so you don't have to be worried about that hierarchy label. And then once you've saved that, in order to get the items to start showing up on your website, you're going to hit publish. So the publish is going to do the SQL publishing. If I say apply and publish, it's going to apply this filter and this sort to my IBE file in the background here. So if I say apply and publish, there it's saying me that I'm just I'm publishing 56 items to my website, and then I say OK. My items all have weight on them. In GP, there's a weight field. When you publish and you have items that don't have weight, after it says how many items have been published, it's also going to give you a message that says you just published so many items without weights. That's just a message intended for you to make sure that your items have weight in GP. It's a warning that if you don't have weight, then those items, if you're using the shipping estimator, those items will be shipped with no charge for freight because they have no weight, and that's what it's based off from. So it'll be important that you pay attention to that particular filter or message. If you do get that message when you publish, what might be nice to do is set up a filter, and I would create one maybe called no weight. Create a filter within that, and I'll call it no weight again. And base it, say there's a field in here where you actually find the item shipment weight is equal to a 0. And save that. Now if I apply that, you'll see that the 171 items, none of them which were included on my website published, but I've got 171 items without weight. Good way to identify. You can do that with a smart list in GP as well. This concludes the session about publishing your catalog. Oh, one more thing. You can also publish it once you've set that up. You can also publish it by going File, Publish, and you'll see the exact same window that we had before. You just can't edit it from here. You can only edit it from the setup site. But from the File, Publish, you can highlight it, that 0 hierarchy, and you can publish or apply and publish from here. That concludes this session.